Dark bleatings, everyone.
Dark bleatings.
What
did I just do?
We're back.
We're back.
I believe you aimed your shotgun at me, and I thought that was pretty uncalled for. We've just got here.
Listen, yeah, you.
I'm going to start telling childhood stories.
No.
Childhood stories of cute little Mikey.
Did I not pick up all the herbs?
Yeah, and you mixed them. Mixy mix in your nice rolling paper.
If I missed one, I can't go back because there's all zombies in the way, but I apologise to anyone who's like screaming at the video right now saying, "You missed one!"
I think they won't care that much.
I mean, I would. So I know there are going to be people out
just
there
because you know it's in there.
Yeah.
Did you eat one because you were damaged?
Possibly.
You may have just eaten one. I don't know.
It has been. We had a little break, so I have no memory of this place.
So anyway, we've off mic been talking about that Mikey is 30 this year.
That's very important information.
It's very important information.
No.
And it's making me reminisce about when Mikey was the cutest toddler that the world ever did see. He was adorable. He had funny little ways about him.
I'd say right back at you, but I didn't know you were a toddler.
No, you did not.
I was not exist.
I was 7 when Mikey was born, and he was just the cutest. And his thing from about the age of 2 was very precisely mimicking any and all things that he was a fan of on TV. And I honestly thought that you were going to be like a Jim Carrey, like a comedian impressionist or something.
I did like the... I remember being very fond of that scene where he gets... is it Ace Ventura 2? Where he gets the dart in the neck.
Oh my god, yeah, you did the runs exactly the same. Yeah, your arms.
You just gotta let your arms go limp.
Yeah, I think Jim Carrey started it, so your run was really good. Also, your Cuban Pete was pretty good.
Yeah. Wait, oh shit.
And he was also quite a fan of Cat from Red Dwarf, and he used to slide around the house, like you'd hear him coming when he's like 3 years old, going, "Ah, how am I looking? Nice. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's my shadow." And then in a more peculiar sense, really, so like,
catch the string.
You could, I'm gonna eat your little fishy. So you can understand a kid being like really enamored with anything Jim Carrey, and also the Cat from Red Dwarf is quite like he's a fun character. But the best was when, for some reason, you loved Titanic so much that you knew all 3 hours of that word for word, and you used to go into the room.
Not anymore, I don't.
And reenact scenes, and the best one.
Listen, I don't have embarrassing things of you to tell.
It's not embarrassing. It's not embarrassing.
I'm dying.
Because you were a toddler, but the best one, there were two memorable moments for me. One was when you replicated the plans of the ship, and you came in, rolled it out, and then explained to me how the water was breaching and how the water moves back and back. There's no stopping it.
Yeah.
And he'd like.
Oh my god.
He'd play all of the different parts and everything. Like, he was so convincing. And then the other one was when we were teaching you how to swim.
Oh yeah,
and he
go
was
to
on
the raft thing.
He was on the other end of the float, telling me how I wasn't going to die, and then he let go of the float, let himself sink.
I must have been like 6.
Got water up his nose. Oh, it was cute, so cute.
God damn it!
Yeah,
I'm so embarrassed. I forgot to put all the statues on the thing, and I got poisoned.
These are not embarrassing stories, surely. You can't be embarrassed about stuff you liked and did as a toddler, unless you did something wild, but you were just, a character.
I don't know. Are you telling me you feel no embarrassment for anything you did below a certain age?
I'm a little bit embarrassed about that time that Mum came in the room and found me bawling my eyes out because of that Ren and Stimpy episode.
I never watched Ren and Stimpy. What happened in this episode?
I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy because Mum thought it was too crude for a kid's cartoon, but I watched it anyway. And in this particular episode, I don't remember which one was Ren and which was Stimpy, but the bigger one,
I had that problem when I watched Cow and Chicken. Sorry.
The bigger one, whichever the bigger one is, farted, and then because I think, if my memory's right, and it probably isn't, because the fart smelled or something, it wasn't wanted around, and it packed up its belongings in a little, little hanky on the end of a stick, and left. And it was really upset, and that just broke my heart. I was Mum came in, and I was crying my eyes out, and it took such a long time for her to decipher through my sobs, like, what was wrong, and then she realised, and she cackled like a witch. She was laughing her head off, and I can't blame her, because, like, you come in and see your kid, like, sobbing hysterically, you think that something's really wrong, right? And then you realise it's something like that.
It's never anything bad. I now teach in schools, and I teach, like, some young kids as well. And sometimes kids start crying like the world has ended, and you naturally think, oh shit, like, what's happened? And you try to talk to them, and you're trying to get the story out of them, but you can't hear it through the... And literally, well, like, there was one time where that was happening, and it was a kid, so I, like, teach drums in, like, a workshop setting, so they go in the sports hall, they have their 4 benches out, and they all move, and basically this one kid was sobbing his heart out because his friend had sat in his seat and wouldn't let him, like, and it was like, because we were swapping all the time as well, like, no one had a seat. Like, we were moving them around the benches, like, 4 times in an hour.
So no assigned seats.
So no seats. It's just a bench. But this kid was, like, so upset that his friend had sat in his seat and wouldn't move. And I was like, oh, is he won't move, will he? Oh, why didn't you sit? I literally said, like, what about this part of the seat here? This is my favourite part of the bench. Why don't you sit there? Because that's a really cool bit, isn't it? And he was like, yeah. And he just sat down. All was well.
I do afterwards laugh at things like that.
You gotta be so straight poker face when it's happening, though.
Well, the thing I try and remember is, like, if I'm emotional and I'm sincerely upset and I'm crying, if somebody, like, laughed at me or
oh yeah, it'd be so damaging, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or just completely dismissed what my woe was. Like, now as an adult, that would hurt me, and I'd feel very angry.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that even though kids' problems are mostly really stupid, like, that's their whole world.
It's the whole world.
Like, that's everything's relative. Like, they're learning, so, like, whatever their pain is, even though it's ridiculous, like, you have, like,
and I think
they're people.
I think some people make the mistake of hang on, I'll come back to this sort of sec. Green, purple, orange.
North, south, east.
No! Oh, what am I doing today? I'm just mashing through all the button prompts and just fucking everything up. Okay, so I'll go back to my point. I think some people make the mistake of thinking that they have to teach the kid there and then that their problem is stupid. You don't have to teach them there and then. All you're going to teach them is that when they're upset, the adults are just going to laugh at them.
Yeah.
I think what you need to do is just treat it seriously and just be nice to them and show them the obvious solution, but don't, like, laugh at them for it, because they will realise by themselves in 5 years that was stupid, if they even remember it.
Just hold your laughter and then laugh behind their back later.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, I gotta be careful. Yeah, I'm just mashing through prompts and triggering all the traps because I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I gotta be careful. Okay, that's green, and then this one should go purple.
I just think neither of us are parents at the moment. I'm
No.
planning to be one in the next couple of years, hopefully. But we have both worked as children's entertainers, and Mike, currently that is his job, like working with children, teaching kids drums and stuff. And I spend a little bit of time around other people's kids. And my approach is like I speak to them like they're adults. Like I try not to treat them with any less respect and consideration just because they're small, because they're still people. And also I remember,
just cut the swearing.
yeah, you just watch your language, like child appropriate conversations.
I've never had a moment where in a school I've almost sworn, but I'm terrified that it'll happen one day.
Yeah, everybody slips.
I can't slip though. That's the thing. I think that would be instant sacking if I did, so I'm pretty careful.
A few years in Holiday Park where it's surprising how quick you get used to not even being able to say damn.
Yeah.
Like the mildest words. I think you're okay. Kids are so funny, man. Like the other thing that's funny, apart from when a kid is crying over something ridiculous, is when they like really want your attention and you're busy and they're like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, all right, and then you focus and you're like, what is it? And they just tell you absolute crap.
Absolute nonsense. Yeah.
Like they'll be like, the other day, my friend Megan, no, not Megan, Sandy, we went to the park and there was a stone. Yeah. Although I say that, but apparently that's what my current stories are like when I'm talking to my partner. I'm honestly surprised that when I'm like telling him about my day, he doesn't just start heckling me for the story's crap. Yeah.
More dragons, please.
Your plot's moving along too slowly. There's no point to these characters.
Oh shit.
Oh, I thought you had a leg off then, but
It's just got nice nails.
Oh my.
It's your first mandatory one.
I just didn't remember this game being, like, so scary. Like, he's quite scary.
Oh, I didn't...
Oh, and he's going all Freddy on you.
Yeah. I honestly thought too... Oh, I wasted a shot. I thought he was still up. Oh, for God's sake.
You're not bleeding. Are you sure he's dead?
Oh, he's dead.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm quite sure.
The other great thing about kids is like the age where they don't yet have a social filter. Like you learn that, like because empathy is you gain empathy with age and experience and everything. I suppose I guess your social filter comes from having empathy. But kids, when they're at that savage age where they will just tell you the truth, the absolute truth, right to your face, no matter what it is, I find it so funny. It's not as funny when it's happening to you, but and you can't be mad.
It's not. I mean,
There's no insult more savage than the insult from like a 6-year-old, though, because you know that you haven't misunderstood. Like they meant exactly what they said.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, there's no sugarcoating. Every now and then, like, I'll have one kid in a lesson that's like, "Is it nearly lunchtime, sir? I'm bored."
I've had Kaylee.
Oh no! Oh, for God's sake! One time I absolutely needed a shotgun blast to do it.
Well, you went out in style. My favourite burn that I personally received was when we worked at the holiday park and that kid went, "Kaylee, you're my favourite and the fattest."
Oh my God!
Well, now and her mum was horrified, but I do have some sort of self-esteem issues with my weight, but like the regular kind that most women for some reason have.
You what weight?
Well, now I'm not like the smallest woman, but I don't think I'm like particularly. I've got a little bit of flab I could lose, but when I worked at the holiday park, I was in good shape. It's just that I was about 8 years older than everyone else. All the other girls at work, they were 18. So, they were very svelte, typically speaking, smaller than me, just because of age.
And thinner than me too.
Like there were 2 girls on the team that year that were a size 6, 2 that were an 8, and then the other one was a 10, and she was a dancer. So I was I don't know, like size 12 or whatever, and I was quite comfortable. So that kid wasn't wrong. I most certainly was the fattest.
But it's just so weird.
I probably did look big when I stood next to those other girls, though. But I wasn't too bothered by that one. A kid calling you ugly is a different kettle of fish.
I had one. So like I go and I just try and keep it lighthearted when I do my sessions. You know, I get the speaker out to do the tunes too, and I say, here's my mystical magical speaker. Here's our we're gonna have our cheesy music. And no shit, this one girl this one day just said, don't try and be funny, so you're not. And I was like, I said, oh, I'll watch it next time. I'm sorry.
You know, the absolute disrespect, but followed up with the fact she called you sir is so funny.
Yeah. I'm not even sure she did call me sir. I think it was just all disrespect.
Do you know what though?
Yeah, I do. Bye.